Barry, there's some things we already talked about some, but I think about things. We talked some about something real when we talk about anxiety.
Right.
Okay? And, there's a lot of things that go through our head and through my head, and we have battles with that. It's easy to think it's not real.
You're right.
When you're not going through it. It's like back pain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's easy to believe back pain. It's not that big of a deal if you don't have it.
So true. So true.
So what about anxiety?
I tell you what, Brother John, and I tell my congregation, I have struggled more and suffered more in my imagination than I have in my reality. And that resounded with my congregation. I think we all have suffered more in our imagination than we have in our reality. Anxiety, and to be totally transparent with you, and that's why I love talking to you. I always feel like, I can be real.
I feel like family.
You
All
like
right,
family.
I feel like family.
We've known each other so long, and I just think the world of you. And I tell my church family, the biggest battle I've ever fought has been anxiety. I had a young preacher come up to me one time, Brother John, and he said, Barry, and he had tears in his eyes. He said, every time before I preach, the devil tells me I'm going to fail, and he tells me I'm not worthy. And I looked at him and I said, guess what? The devil tells me the same thing. And his eyes got bigger than dollar bills. And he said, well, what do you do? I said, well, I ignore it. And I get up there. And I was telling you the story earlier. One time I was speaking, this was some years ago, and I'd never had it happen before. I froze up.
Right.
It wasn't in a church service. It was in a secular setting, so it wasn't your optimal setting, but I froze up. And out of that one event, my imagination began to just run with me and make me think I was never going to be able to preach again. I was going to freeze up every time.